I'm not sure if I even I'm gonna end up uploading this, but I feel it's important if I'm gonna make a commitment to this project that I do this in the worst times as well as better times. I see a therapist every week. I don't know if I'm going to continue because he's all the way in Manhattan and I'm in Queens, and I can't drive that far with the kind of traffic you have to deal with. It's too much time spent sitting position behind the wheel. So my wife drives me, but even in a passenger seat, sometimes it's very bad. And today's pain is pretty bad. So I was reclined all the way down the seat, literally just laying down flat, and it was still too much. And I actually started crying. It's not only just the pain is hard to endure, but it's just what I have to do, having to get into that car and endure that drive in both directions to see my therapist, and he won't do phone or video sessions. And it's just days like this that you feel like why is it worth going on with this kind of life? But there are better times also, and it's important to remember those times, and to know that they're going to be again, if not tomorrow, then the next day. And I have a son who needs his father, and so even if my continuing and my fighting and enduring is for others more than myself, but it's important for me to show people who don't know what it's like to have chronic pain. They need to know what it does to a person, and what you have to endure. They need to see it. You have the DEA continuously cracking down in their quote unquote war on drugs, and what they do is they make it harder and harder for people like me. I'm fortunate I have a good pain management specialist, and she prescribes the medication I need, and I get it, and it's not a problem. But every day I read on the forums, on the support groups online, someone else whose doctor told them you just want to get high, so I'm not giving you pain. And then people kill themselves over this. You don't understand what it's like if you don't live with it. You have no idea. A car trip or a trip to the stadium to take your kids to a ball game or something, that's like an 8-hour flight across the Atlantic in a cramped seat, uncomfortable with a massive headache. That it's like the worst conditions you can imagine being under and not being able to get out of it. That's what this is like every other day when we have to do something that you just take for granted. And every single day, imagine living like that for months, years, decades of your life like that. So people who can't get medication, who can't get treatment, the control that they're putting over narcotics and things because of people selling it. Well, you know what? Somebody sells narcotics, put them in prison for the rest of their life. Make it a mandatory life sentence, no possibility of parole. Scare the shit out of them so they won't do it. But don't take it out on people, the kind of people I meet online who can't get pain medication and are crying and suffering and debilitated every hour of every day of their life. Don't you dare take it out on them. How dare you? Nobody knows what it's like unless you suffer from it. And you need to know. You need to wake up. You need to pay attention to this. You need to put down the other videos or the other blogs or whatever. And some people need to spend some time focused on trying to take a stand on this kind of issue. This is human suffering. This is better, more important than the Kardashians or Pokemon Go. It's even more important than one individual election or whatever else is going on. This is human suffering on a continuous basis, and it's happening in your country, next door to you. Somebody's suffering and being refused medication because they're assumed to just want to sell it or get high, right? And meanwhile, people who have to go through that kill themselves. The only reason I haven't done that is because I have a wife and a son and a mother, and I care so much about them that I won't do that to them. Doing it to myself is not even it's a no-brainer. I'm in constant pain. But people who can't get treatment, can't get medication, I can't imagine an incentive being strong enough for them to endure. So people need to know what this does to a person. And there's no solution. There's no like, oh, there must be a treatment somewhere. No, there isn't. If there was, we would have had it done already. If your nerves are damaged, apparently the nerves in the spine are damaged, they can't do anything about it. It's not that uncommon. It's not every other person has this, but it's not so uncommon. There are a lot of us. There's nothing that can be done about it other than to treat the pain and get through it and try to make the best life you can. If somebody could do some kind of operation and fix it, I'd be there now. But you can't. It can't be done. Every doctor has told me that. You need to know what it's like. You need to know what I'm an adult, a responsible adult. I have a child. I have my second wife, my child's first, my first marriage, a son with my first marriage, and his mother and I get along. I have a company, an IT business, which is going down the drain, but that's because I have less and less energy, less and less physical ability to do work. But I ran a company for 14 years successfully, and I have interests, I have hobbies, I have friends, but I cry like a baby some days because my life is sometimes it's an existence of simply enduring suffering. And I never know how tomorrow's going to be. It could be better today. It could be the same as today. It could be worse than today. I could have a week that's worse than today, straight. Or I can have a few days that are decent. I get a few things accomplished, I feel great. When I say a few things accomplished, I mean doing a load of dishes, paying some bills, creating something, drawing something nice. I like to draw. Those are accomplishments for me. Those are the big things, because that's about it. Spending a day with my son. The other day I got to take him bowling. I made a video about it. I felt so good. He had a great time. He played 2 games. I got to high-five him every time he did well. And he's why I keep going. And I endure it every day. Because he needs me. I'll try to do another video sometime soon in a good mood. Hopefully I'll have a good day.